Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2019 album review. And today we're going to be looking into the new album from the almighty Darkthrone entitled Old Star, which was released under Peaceville Records. Now, if you haven't heard of Darkthrone, you're fucking up. One of the best Norwegian black metal bands of all time, and these guys have been kicking ass since 1986. And with every album Darkthrone has done, well, specifically like their first album, Soulside Journey, they went with more of a death. It was more just straight up death metal, but it wasn't until their next album, I believe, was A Blaze in the Northern Sky. They pretty much switched it to more of just a straight up evil black metal sounding, and kind of like inspired to like Bathory and Celtic Frost. And they're honestly was part of the whole like Norwegian black metal scene. Like mainly like their first three albums the first three black metal albums being A Blaze in the Northern Sky, Under a Funeral Moon, and Transylvanian Hunger were considered like the peak of their career. And for most of their career, I mean, Darkthrone of course has been a duo consisting of the almighty Fenriz and Nocturno Culto. But it wasn't, and they had like sort of like black metal and stuff, but it wasn't until around 2006 their work has been strayed from like just traditional black metal, but incorporated like different like elements of like heavy metal and speed metal, being like into like Motorhead and stuff. And this new album, Old Star, is the follow up to 2016's Arctic Thunder, which I thought was pretty good. But this album live up or exceed what Arctic Thunder has? I think it definitely has. Like, I just think it's a lot more better. I mean, with each album, I'm like you could hardly tell it's like, you know, it feels like I'm listening to a different band with each of their albums. Like I said, being like with Soulside Journey being like their only death metal album, but then Blaze in the Northern Sky, where they switched to just like a black metal feel was like that way up until Total Death. But it wasn't until like one of their albums where they incorporated like crust punk elements and just even like elements of like old, just straight up heavy metal and punk in there. It's just really just makes it interesting. I think like the band shouldn't just be labeled or just be limited. The production is really great. Like everything is where it needs to be. And just Fenriz and Nocturno's vocals are just insanely great. Like just the drums that Fenriz does is great. Just an insane drummer. And just like his guitar work is good. Same thing with Nocturnal Culto. I mean, they just do it really well. Like Nocturnal Culto and Fenriz are pretty much one of the best duos in black metal, or even just metal in general, in my honest opinion. They just definitely know how to make a good album, and just good songwriters and everything. Without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, the album opens up with I Muffle Your Inner Choir, which sets the tone really well. A simple beat underpins a grim groove and a sinister solo. The overall flavor is black metal, but sort of like the slower tempo screams sort of like doom metal too. It's a straightforward song that knows what it's doing and doesn't deviate from the winning formula, and it works just gloriously well. Next up is The Hardship of the Scots, which is a slow, kind of like mean number that prowls and grooves in equal measure, and just the hook in there is just fucking great. A crushing heaviness gives way to some of the catchiest shredding, and the finale sort of like builds up beautifully and then ends with sort of like the bleak finality. Then we go into Old Star, the title track, which follows and uses discordant riffs and licks to great effect. And at first listen, its structure is subtle and seems to lack a clear focus, but over time the tune borrows in, and the time invested, can't even speak today, in getting the song is well rewarded. A contrast to the album's more direct and accessible songs, it succeeds by making the listener work for their pleasure. Outman has no such pretensions and just kicks you right in the face from the get-go, yet for all its simple, rigorously focused riffing, it gains added layers of nuance. It proceeds and then shifts into a well-honed and relentless theme and variation. And here, Darkthrone both sticks to the album's formula and takes it apart, having a huge amount of fun in the process. Duke of Goat, meanwhile, kind of sounds like just like a very standard Darkthrone song, if the mid to high tempo guitar wobbles, threatening throb, and black metal trebles are anything to go by. You couldn't even predict when the bridge will start. For all that, the mid-song hook is rather amazing, and when the band pulls it all together for a suitable, catchy finale, you will love them regardless. And then finally, the key He is Within the Wall ends the album with a fierce mosh pit blaster. It is the band in full control of the music, both immediately engaging and yet masterfully arranged and well timed. It's the point where the band blends all the album's ideas to make a confident and well crafted finale for them. Now, obviously, like Old Star by Darkthrone is just a really solid album, but pretty much another evolution in Darkthrone, but just continuing like what they've done, but with black metal, but also adding like different elements of like traditional heavy metal, even like other types of styles, which makes them kind of like unique and stand out to all the other black metal bands. So if I were to give this album a score, I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10. So yep, that's my review of the new Darkthrone, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. And also, just off topic, I'm going to a show on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday. I'm going to Devastation of the Nation at the Loft at Center Stage in Atlanta. I'm seeing Dark Funeral, Belphegor, Incantation, and Hate. So if anybody's going to that, see you all there. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video and review, and I'll see you all in the next videos. And as always, keep it metal.